Fraud and deception by a husband and wife desperate to maintain status as Honolulu's power couple. Strong accusations from the federal government against Louis and Catherine Kealoha, who were arrested by the FBI this morning. The former Honolulu police chief and his deputy prosecutor wife were indicted today. They're free on $100,000 bond. The Honolulu prosecutor's office placed Catherine on leave without pay. They, along with retired Major Gordon Shiraishi, Officer Bobby Nguyen, Lieutenant Derek Hahn, and Sergeant Daniel Sellers were indicted, accused of working together to frame Catherine's uncle, Gerard Puana, for mailbox theft. But the FBI says their investigation is about more than a mailbox. They are accusing the Kealohas of bank fraud by taking advantage of Children's Trust Fund to pay for their lavish lifestyle. This is an investigation we've been following for years. Tonight, we have several reports. We begin with Bridget Namada with the new accusations brought to light. Bridget?
Well, Joe, the FBI spent 2 years investigating the Kealohas after the mistrial of Gerard Puana. The Kealohas accused him of stealing their mailbox in 2013. The FBI now claims Louis and Catherine stole money for personal gain, like car payments for a Maserati, and spending $26,000 for a brunch. The actions of the Kealohas and members of an elite police squad cast a shadow over the Honolulu Police Department, says the United States acting attorney.
But the most troubling aspect of this case is the way these powerful defendants allegedly manipulated the justice system for their own purposes.
The 20-count indictment against the Kealohas includes conspiracy, obstruction, false statements, and bank fraud. The federal government alleges the husband and wife team swindled hundreds of thousands of dollars from banks, credit unions, even a disabled uncle, a 98-year-old grandmother, and 2 young children under Catherine's guardianship. Why? To fund their lavish lifestyle. Court documents reveal Catherine was appointed trustee and guardian for 2 children back in 2004 when she was an attorney in private practice. She opened individual trust accounts for the minors ages 12 and 10. When another attorney questioned her about the trust account status, the indictment alleges she created an alias, Allison Lee Wong, to cover her tracks. Wong, the fictional assistant, sent emails to make it appear relevant documents were being prepared.
However, something was very much amiss. The funds were gone.
Instead, the indictment accuses Catherine of stealing $150,000 from the trust funds for personal expenses for Louis and herself. Between 2009 and 2010, the indictment also alleges Catherine stole investment money from her family members, like Uncle Gerard Puana and her grandmother, to pay for lavish expenses. Expenses include a $26,000 tab at the Sheraton Waikiki for Louis' police chief induction brunch, car payments for a Mercedes-Benz and Maserati, Elton John tickets, even a trip to Disneyland.
When family members became concerned about what happened to their investments, the Kealohas used their considerable power and influence as public officials to launch a secret campaign to cover up their financial crimes and to discredit their victims with the help of a few friends from the department's elite criminal intelligence unit.
This is where the federal government alleges Louis and Catherine came up with an elaborate scheme to frame Catherine's uncle Gerard Puana. In 2013, with help from officers in the Criminal Intelligence Unit, the indictment claims the group falsely stated it was Puana who stole the Kealohas mailbox with bank statements inside.
Every day, hardworking men and women of the Honolulu Police Department put their safety on the line to do a difficult job. Abuses of power undermine that mission and the efforts of those who protect our neighborhoods.
The Kealohas attorneys are due back in court November 20th. Joe.
Thank you, Bridget. The attorney for the Kealohas says federal prosecutors are tainting public opinion. But in the end, they will not be able to prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt. Manola Morales joins us with that part of the story. Manola?
Joe, Attorney Miles Briner tells me that the testimony federal prosecutors are counting on to prove their case isn't reliable and the Kealohas were not having money problems, so there's no motive. The Kealohas walked out of federal court saying they will eventually be vindicated.
We appreciate the continued community support, and we look forward to our day in court.
And when asked about the list of charges in the indictment,
in your opinion, what they handed you today in court, were those valid documents?
No.
their attorney sat down with us today and tells me that the indictment presented in court today lays out a lot of details that are designed to paint a very harsh picture of the Kealohas and meant to justify the 2 years of investigation by federal prosecutors.
This is designed to get the public's attention, to contaminate, or if you say taint the well, to convince the public that she must be guilty, otherwise why would we have indicted her? So by the time they come into court, it's going to be virtually impossible, I submit, to find a panel of jurors who doesn't have an opinion about this case.
Briner also discredits former HPD officer Niles Silva and Catherine Kealoha's uncle Gerard Puana, who provided testimony to the grand jury.
Both individuals, in particular Niles Silva, has lied repeatedly to the government, both to government agents as well as to the grand jury, and the government acknowledges that.
As for a motive for the Kealohas, Briner tells me there really isn't one. Were the Kealohas even having money problems?
Everyone has money problems in Hawaii. But money problems, it's all relative. No, as far as I'm aware, neither Kat Kealoha or her husband have had money problems. They both were working full-time, deputy prosecutor, chief of police.
The attorney who represented Puana in the criminal trial for mailbox theft disagrees and says this day was a long time coming.
Mr. Gerard and his family, who have been the ones who've been put through the ringer, he was arrested, he was put in prison, he was subject to the news for 2 years where everybody presumed he was guilty. It's a long time coming for them.
I also asked Briner about Allison Lee Wong, who federal prosecutors say was a fictional assistant that Catherine Kealoha used to conceal her lies about that trust account. Briner tells me that never happened. Joe.
Thanks, Manolo. The charges against the Kealohas come more than 4 years after this all began. It was June of 2013 that they reported their mailbox was stolen. In December of 2014, the FBI was called to investigate alleged corruption at HPD stemming from the mailbox theft. Last December, Louis Kealoha was given a target letter informing him that he was the target of a federal investigation. In February of this year, he officially retired. The indictments today put some of the puzzle pieces in this investigation together, but some mysteries remain. Gina Mangieri is always investigating and joins us now. Gina, one of those is who stole the Kealoha's mailbox?
That's right. In all of these arrests this week, that's the unanswered question. I asked the feds that very question today. I also asked the attorney for the Kealohas, and not surprisingly, I got two very different answers. Who took the mailbox off the post, if not the previous alleged?
Again, that is the question of the hour, and I believe in this litigation, all your answers will be forthcoming.
Through a continued investigation?
I'm not at liberty to talk about investigation. We know that already certain pieces of evidence have been destroyed. The allegation is that the defendants were involved and, in fact, directed the destruction of evidence, such as videotapes, things that could have answered the question about what happened to the mailbox.
I submit that they had it right the first time. And that is Gerard Puana in the video. And Gerard Puana, should have been prosecuted or re-prosecuted for the theft of the mailbox.
And Gerard Puana, of course, being that uncle that Catherine Kealoha was in a financial spat with at the time of the mailbox theft.
Another question is how the department can move forward now.
That's right. It seems to be in shambles. We asked several people about that. What's being done within HPD to prevent something like this from happening again? So I started with Acting Chief Okimoto. Sir, if these allegations are proven in court, is the HPD equipped to monitor itself and to repair itself from the inside? Or do you think that HPD should have some form of outside oversight to make the necessary changes?
Right now, I think that we have enough to manage and have that oversight. As a new chief comes in, he or she needs to understand that, like any other division, any other district, you need your personnel
to be held to a high standard, and you need to supervise these people to make sure that you know what they're doing and what they're not doing.
Now, those federal authorities today there declined to address our questions of whether Department of Justice oversight could be in the cards.
So without that oversight, what can the mayor or the police commission do?
Okay, well, two attorneys, in fact, called who are on the uncle's side, called out the mayor and the police commission, saying they didn't do more when this started 2 years ago. Now, the mayor's spokesperson responded, the city has fully cooperated with the investigation. And, you know, keep in mind, our current statutes give the mayor no direct oversight of the prosecutor's office. The mayor doesn't directly control the police department. And even until a recent charter commission vote, the police commission had fewer teeth when it came to firing a chief. And the police commission so far today has only said they'll leave this case up to the criminal justice system and stay focused on selecting a new chief. They've said nothing as to whether they'll be demanding any kind of operations or accountability overhaul.
All right. Thanks, Gina.
Thank you.
The officers indicted in connection with the Kealoha case were all assigned to HPD's Criminal Intelligence Unit at the time of the mailbox theft. When asked about the unit now, acting Honolulu Police Chief Kerry Okimoto says there's been a changeover in personnel, and he keeps tabs on them several times a week.
When all is said and done, whether it's in the Criminal Intelligence Unit or SWAT or Narco Vice, again, hear my heart, behind every badge is a human being. Therefore, we're susceptible and we're prone to making mistakes. The same with any other organization. And if we're going to now not continue to do our job because of what happened here, and case in point, no one is above the law, including me.
8 out of the 20 counts in the indictment against the Kealohas are for bank fraud. KHON sat down with assistant professor at HPU and former circuit court judge Randall Lee to find out how bank fraud is committed.
You lie about your source of income, or you lie about your income, or you lie about your employment, and the bank relies on it, and as a result you get a loan from it. That's a bank fraud.
The indictment also claims Catherine Kealoha altered monthly statements for a trust account, falsely claiming it was her own in order to obtain a loan, and that she submitted a forged lease agreement claiming the Kealohas received rental income that they did not. We'll continue to update you on the Kealoha's investigation on air and online at KHON2.com.